Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Arethian Nights. I am your dungeon master, and I am not responsible for this fashion choice today. I just want that to be noted for the record. It was not my fault. We don't say that here. This is a family, somewhat friendly channel. To be clear, this is
This is a family Christian server.
This is a Christian
We don't
Minecraft
say-
server.
I didn't say
We don't
that either.
say
That's
these
not what I
kind
was
of
saying.
things on our
I didn't say
family
that.
Christian
I
Minecraft
did not say
server.
that. I did not say that. I didn't say any of that.
That is what
Anyway,
we do.
welcome
here.
back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Let the
I
record
am
show
the game
that we said
master.
that.
Welcome
Did
back.
not. I did not. I did not say that. They said that. I did not say that. I will be guiding these wonderful people here through their adventures, and hopefully they survive. But it's not my fault if they don't. It's whatever. And so far, we don't have any new announcements outside of check out this show, check out tomorrow's show, and continue until that's over. So let's go ahead and let these wonderful people tell you what they're doing and where you can find them. And we're going to start with Glyza.
Hey, I'm Glyza. I go by they, them. I am a person of many hats. I am a podcast host. I'm a writer. I am a talk show host. Today, though, I am in front of you as a TTRPG personality. I will be playing Dewdrop again tonight. And it is always fun to play Dewdrop and try to see how many of this world I can put in to Arethian Nights and to mess with Ree. So this is one of my favorite things to do. Having said that, to see all the stuff I'm in, just go check out bio.link/classical Glyza, or just look for me at classical Glyza everywhere on the socials, but especially on Twitter, because as long as it's still running, because I do make all my announcements there. So that's me.
Long live Minnesota.
Long live Minnesota. Yes.
This is why bad thing happens to you all. All right, Sir Monolith, it's your turn.
Hi, I'm at Sir Monolith on the Twitter, and you can find me obviously here tonight or here on Monday nights in Price of Power. But looking forward to seeing how Axel can defy death again tonight, or maybe hurt one of Ree's precious creations.
See, you guys do these things, and then you complain when bad things happen. I don't know why you tempt fate like this. Kira, it is your turn.
Hi, I'm Kira858. I normally save my spiel to the end of the session, so I currently play Aspen, who is enjoying building our new kingdom, help you to build our new kingdom from scratch, and we still have not came up with a name for our kingdom. Would that be discovered today? Probably not, but we'll see. And that's yours truly.
All right, and last but certainly not least, Ursaring.
Where the chicken wings and the donuts at? What's up, y'all? It's Ursa Ringer. Y'all already know where to find me. I'm on the YouTubes. I'm on the Twitches. I'm part of the Cookout TTRPG until Kira kicks me off. You can find me here tomorrow if Ree don't kick me off for the price of power. And you can also find me at the Gremlin Collective if Glyza or Ari don't kick me off. And today I'll be playing Reagan Perro, your resident paladin who don't know no better. Take it, Ray.
All right. In our last session, our party had a clash, we'll say, on the high seas where they encountered a very unique creature. They also discovered that Rangers have very limited ability to detect things, and I have either a subconscious or a conscious bias against picking only those creatures, apparently. So, go back.
At least you admit it.
And check that out. I did not think that's what that creature type was until I read
You
it.
might say he's
But go
racist.
back and check that out. Go back and check
I ain't forget.
that episode
Ranger
out
used
to see.
technique number 355.
Absolutely, it's a really bad technique. But go ahead and check that episode out to find out the full backstory on that. As for today, we will be picking up about an hour after that. You will have touched back down on shore. The people you've traveled with have started to kind of tell people about what they encountered, and We'll say it's around, let's say 5 o'clock in the evening, so that sun is starting to set around you, but it's still light enough that those of you without dark vision don't have any problem seeing. And I will leave the story to you all. What would you like to do?
Oh, Reagan's socializing. Does Reagan know of any people that may be apprehensive as far as the current settlement about the situation? He basically wants to comfort those.
Make me an
Probably the
insight
cook.
check.
Probably the cook who doesn't cook when they're not on land. They
Yeah,
seem to
very
be
true.
I mean, he cooked
apprehensive.
for us, so I mean, I'll count him as he's in a good mood. He
Okay,
cooked for us, and the food didn't poison us.
awesome. Just making sure.
Oh yeah, that's right. You weren't here last week.
I wasn't.
Yeah, he even made grits for us. He did all right.
Aw. Did he give me
Not-
sugar in mine?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, I guess I'm a little bit sore about that.
I
Little
mean,
sugar
you stayed
cane,
back. You didn't eat it.
Well, I'm gonna specifically ask him for sugar in mine next time.
I mean, you can go for a short little trip on the boat and be like, "Now we're sailing. Make me some sugar grits."
Roll me an insight check, dude. It's going to be a settlement wide check to see how people are doing.
Okay, settlement check. My poignant baby. Let's go. 3. We at it.
As far as you know, everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. Some people have started to. Someone has found, or either found or brought with them, a cask of alcohol, and they seem to have kind of opened it and are sharing things around. Things are going well. From what you can tell, the buildings are going up with a decent amount of speed. It isn't exactly fast, but it seems to be reliable. Each day you're getting at least the framework of a new building. There are a few people who aren't exactly following the unique religious beliefs of you all, but there are some people who have become curious. There are some conversations that people are having about
That's what I was
details.
hoping for.
What? Are there possible members of the
Reagan's just gonna
God's church
keep
community?
spirits up. He's gonna keep the spirits up. He's gonna keep the religion alive. He's gonna make his way around, heal some people, pronounce some blessings, hold some makeshift unofficial marriage ceremonies, even
babies.
though I don't
Kiss some
have
babies.
what's that spell that does that? I don't have that spell.
Ceremony or bless? Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had ceremony. I don't.
All right, roll me either a performance check to kind of just keep people entertained, or a religion check to do some proselytizing.
Absolutely performance. Absolutely
Alright, roll it.
performance. Roll 20, please.
No.
Can I provide a help on that? Can I provide a help action somehow for that? Because this is also
No.
plus
Probably
5, dog.
You would have to announce your intentions to do help before the roll.
So for our
Bree,
viewers,
please.
for our
Please.
viewers out there, that was
Please.
a beautiful 7, and that's with a plus
Sounds like
5.
I rolled 2 2s.
Yeah, you roll 2 2s. Roll 20. Start off strong.
Please.
I will let the Dewdrop make her own roll. That's fine.
all right. Fine. I
I
will
will help.
Reagan's like,
I will
"Save me."
roll. So I'm supposed to roll for 2 things, right? Insight and you said
This
performance
one
or
is
religion.
this is just the performance or religion roll. If you wanted
Okay.
to do the inside roll as well, that's a separate thing.
I'll do the insight roll as well. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 for the insight roll.
Gonna be
And
one of those
then-
nights.
For the performance roll, that is 19 plus 1, so 20. 30.
You have to be you get the 19.
All right. So first we'll start with what you learned first. You find that overall people are satisfied, or rather, things are what they expected. No one came expecting, some kind of gourmet luxury place. You find people are happy that things seem to be safer than they were expecting. Overall, there have been no notable injuries. There have been a few people who've been hurt just kind of building things, but nothing too serious or worthwhile. You have found that people are pleased with your performance overall, as pretty much all of their major concerns have been handled promptly. People feel that they are kind of tired of eating the same foods, but that's also something that they were expecting to happen, so there isn't any issues with that. Though you do believe that you could improve morale a bit more if you could find some way to deal with that. Overall, though, you find your settlement is considered happy. As for your performance check, you have managed to succeed where Reagan struggled.
Somehow.
Reagan attempts to kind of be entertaining, but you find that it comes off as more of someone trying a bit too hard, and it's just making the situation just kind of awkward. But instead, you are able to kind of regale people with stories and just tales of
About the
adventures.
nameless ones, definitely that's the focus.
Sure. You managed to sprinkle in some truths alongside some myths and some stories, and you find that people are overall enjoying it. I will say your party will gain a point of inspiration, as your settlement is very happy with you all at the moment.
That's right.
Ree gave us inspiration?
Feeling inspired.
Is it the whole party? Each one of us has inspiration? Is that how that works? I don't know how that works.
All four of you have a point of inspiration. One of you can remind me later to let Ari know that she also will have one when she returns.
This is my first inspiration the entire campaign.
This is actually true. This is your first one.
It is my first
You
one.
don't need it. You kill everything in one shot anyway.
We like to have it.
World. You deal like 1,000 points of damage every turn. You don't need anything.
Reagan
persuade. Shows you how easy 5th edition is, because this character is not even optimized for that.
Can Reagan persuade any of the party goers to become followers of the Nameless Gods?
Oh,
disciples.
You can make a religion roll.
I will help.
It depends on exactly what you're doing. If you're trying to convince people, the DC itself will be higher, but you can kind of just plant seeds that may or may not grow into something else. So it depends on what you wish to do.
It will help.
It must be religion. It can't be persuasion.
No, this is more proselytizing than persuasion.
You hate.
How does help work?
You give me
if you both have proficiency in this.
I do not have proficiency in religion.
So I gotta go in alone.
I believe in you, Ian.
This is more.
This
is more a preaching.
I'm gonna check my spells first.
But you have don't you have like a enhanced ability?
I hope you have a enhanced ability.
Yeah, enhanced ability.
Do druids even get enhanced ability?
Yes, they do.
Yep,
Otis has it, dog.
Yeah,
forgot.
I have it.
No.
What was it?
Enhanced ability.
Enhanced ability would be the spell. If you don't have it prepared, then you technically can.
It allows you to be.
Yeah,
I do have it prepared.
Ooh, let's go.
Enhance ability, yeah. So I'm going to cast enhance ability. And
it's the one that's about intelligence.
Which one is it? The fox cunning?
That's what
Fox's. I believe it's Fox's cunning. Yep, it's Fox's cunning. Owl's wisdom is wisdom.
Owl's wisdom is wisdom. Okay.
All right. So I have given you that power because I feel like you need a little bit of a push.
Thank you. I will need it. The way Roll20 acting right now, yes. Okay.
I will be very upset if it doesn't work, but that's okay.
With advantage, here we go.
It'll be our first acolyte.
Oh, nice. 20 and 23. Okay.
Yes.
19 plus 4. Finally.
Finally.
You do find that there is a human, kind of short, scraggly hair. You gather that they are probably working on building something that you're not quite sure what. And you spend most of an hour just kind of talking to them, and you find that they are amenable to the conversation. I will say, for those of you intending to build a religious structure for the eventual keep, you may consider yourself to have hired a hireling, which will make that process more work easier for you when we get to that.
Ain't paying him.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. I didn't say that. I don't know why I try. I don't know
How would
why
you
I
not
try.
pay him if he's a hireling? You have to
They
hire
are,
him.
they are a follower of you at the moment in your beliefs. For now.
Oh.
You have your
We'll
first
see how that goes.
acolytes.
Finally.
I will allow you to determine their name. They will have average stats across the board, so they don't, they aren't special in that sense. But who knows? That might change.
Well, that's rude. I thought everybody was special.
They are the first.
Not that.
The first follower. What do
The
I
first.
name the first follower?
The first follower.
Because I could make it a
Congratulations.
joke name.
2 seasons. Congratulations, family. Your
What you
first
think,
follower
Liza?
of the-
Do I get first name, you get last name, or other way around? What
Sure,
wanna do?
you can get the last name. I mean, you can get the first name.
Not even part of
What
the
are
religion,
they?
but I'm
What are
excited
they
for
first?
y'all.
What kind of humanoid are they?
Human.
Human?
Just
Okay.
human. Okay.
Yeah, human.
I could name it after a city. Minnesota. That's
That's
totally
right.
fair for a last name.
It's okay. I already have his last name.
Oh, you got his last name. All right, well, I'll take the first name.
I thought you were gonna take. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the first name then.
Yeah. I already have his last name. It's Free Grove.
Ooh, Tallahassee. Let's go for Florida. Yeah. Tallahassee Free Grove is kind of dope. Let's go. It's in the notes. Say it, Ree. Make it canon. Say the name.
What's his name, Reed?
Never
Tell us.
realized.
What is his name?
I have never
Say it.
disliked you all.
See,
more.
Ree, this is what-
Say his name,
regretted
Ree.
a decision.
See, Ree, this is why I encourage
So-
you to use Chat GPT, because when they ask you questions like this, you can just be like, "Hey, Chat, give me a name for X, Y, Z." You don't have to worry to think about it.
I was
Say
trying to be nice.
their
Better than
name.
name.
Sure,
It's better than
so-
the random name generators, honestly.
So you do have a young, well, we can call him an acolyte instead of a hireling, named Tallahassee Free Grove, who has decided to be a current believer in your cult religion, cult of
It is a respectable religion now. It has saved Reagan's life countless times.
You have
Thank you very
literally
much.
a single follower. Yeah, that is a cult.
Well, we gonna go pray. Now what?
Ow!
Still a
To the
cult.
mini shrine.
Wait, don't you all aren't you all building a shrine at the moment? I remember
We got a
when
mini
you spent-
shrine.
Yeah, I think you spent points on it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we don't have the big shrine.
got
We
a
still got the
mini
mini
shrine.
shrine.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm like, to the mini shrine.
Okay.
First prayer, Tallahassee. First prayer. Pay your respects to the nameless gods.
All right.
Oh,
So
this is
while
beautiful.
Dewdrop
This
and
is
Reagan are inducting their new cult member, is there anything that Axel and Aspen wanted to do today? Oh, well, not really today. Just for this whole kind of makeshift after travel meal is taking about an hour, so it's not a lot of time.
Well, say that one more time. I didn't catch
This-
that portion.
This whole after meal scene is taking about an hour, so you have that much time to do stuff.
Oh,
It's not a super long scene.
I guess if within the hour time frame, I think I would try to see if I can receive word back or how things are things are going specifically with our connections with the Draconic Kingdom. Because remember, I had one have our emissary get sent out. Now, not the new emissary we hire, but our other friend. She was supposed to get sent out to bring some individuals from the Draconic Kingdom to our
Tony.
location. Tony to help forward that. So I know she's more magically gifted, so I'm hoping that be able to get some communication in place on how things are going. Maybe like I don't know.
So you go and search for her, and you do find that she is currently not available. You know that you did see them earlier, and they were kind of taking care of something else. But you do come across another person that you were not expecting to see. You all see a figure who is coming across kind of the northern skyline. And it takes a moment before you realize who they are, because you've never quite seen them kind of in this form, this kind of half draconic body almost. But as they land, you recognize Dio has returned.
Oh, okay, okay, oh, fantastic. So there is definitely a big smile on Aspen's face as he sees Dio, coming back, and yeah, well, he's going to greet her with open arms and say, "It's great to have you with us. How are you doing?"
Oh, good, good. I've returned, obviously. I've learned a bit more about the creepy mist. It's kind of a story, actually. Is everyone around, or?
Actually, I'm not certain. Wait, did Dewdrop and Reagan inform us of like your current plans, or was it kind of more like a spontaneous, let's go travel the city ordeal? You probably would be unaware.
Reagan would be more than the spontaneous one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he wouldn't have given you forewarning.
Okay.
He ain't that smart, as you recall.
No worries. So yeah, Aspen will say, I'm not certain. I think I recall perhaps Reagan and Dewdrop leaving. I'm not sure where they've traveled to. Most likely somewhere within the settlement. I think Axel is still around, but I can attempt to rouse them up. So therefore we all can gather together for the information you have. Thank you for investigating regarding the fog.
No problem. It was fun going home. Everyone seems the same for the most part. But that's usual.
Are any of them planning on joining us at our settlement?
I don't think so. At least not now.
Did you sit
But they
out?
won't impede your settlement either.
Why would they want? Okay.
Oh, dragons tend to take everything. If they can. But anyways, not important. Not important.
Aspen definitely takes notes of that and it's like, okay, we have to keep that in mind. He says, very well. I will then attempt to try to reach out to the others and meet you back here in our. And then I put 1 point in it. I remember I put 1 point in war table, so we now have a war table, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how it works?
mean, you have a table in like a wooden shack. It's there.
Yeah, big dog, it ain't built instantly.
So,
It has a.
You've got like kind of sticks that are kind of labeled, and there's kind of like the outlines of like a map on it.
So you tell me one room point gives me a table from Walmart? Is that what you're telling me right now?
No, it is
worse
a
than a table from
solid.
Walmart,
It is a solid wooden table. All right, it is a solid, well cut into table. But these things take time to build.
So we have a temporary table until the true council table for us as a group is built.
Yes,
Okay.
all your stuff is being
Can
built.
we get a big round council table?
That's what I'm looking at. I'm like, I want that King Arthur and the Knights of Justice type table. That has like all of our
Slow your roll.
Nah, we kicking our feet up on that table, be like,
exactly.
what's
The
good?
whole purpose of getting the room point.
You have steps. You have a solid wooden table in a wooden shack with chairs.
Wow, it's like that.
Yeah, the chairs are plastic. Hey, it's still being built.
These are not the chairs of justice.
No, not right now, but it's okay. It's still being built. It seems like so.
Don't let a certain bear folk hear about chairs of justice. That's all I'm saying.
How long? Just out of for that aspect, how long was we given information? How long it was going to take for our war table to be built? Was there any information?
You all will know when it is finished. You all know when things are finished. Relax. It is
God.
okay.
You say relax as you throw monster after monster after monster after us.
Right, we get 4.
Your country is
monsters at a
constantly
time
under
before a
attack.
table is
Relax,
built.
relax.
You all have. erased everything from existence. But yes, it is all of the things you all have decided to build are currently under construction, and then they will all finish at different times. Things based on
Right, I was about to
the
say, I was
document.
like, I'm pretty sure a war table should take quite a bit faster to say like one of our other areas. I would assume, but okay.
It's fine, brother. Trust me. It's all going to come together. I promise.
Yes,
I promise.
perfect. But in that case, Aspen will say, we have a war table that's in the process of being built. In the meantime, there is another table that is for temporary purposes. Ignore the transgressions that you see on it. It's not. It's meant only for temporary purposes to house us until our actual war table is built. But I will meet you there after I try to find the others.
Right. All right. So, Axel, is there anything specific that you are doing?
No, I mean, he didn't really have any kind of like particular missions or projects that was being worked on. So probably just chilling. What's that?
Want to start a project?
You
had 2 points as well, right? Did you choose one?
For the projects or for what to do in the city?
It what to do in the city, because everyone had 2 room
I was
points.
thinking about a project.
Oh, well, I mean that too, but
like a little character thing.
Those are what you're building and what you're doing now are separate things. Those are
I mean, I already selected the building stuff that I was working on, but
gotcha.
Yeah, those are separate things.
But
Okay.
yeah, what I was doing now is
Okay. In that case, then the 4 of you
fuck dog, get off of me, Jesus Christ! All right, this fucking dog wants to get on my lap. There's already a cat here, so it's too late. You're slow.
Fine. Anyway, the 4 of you are gathered together, and you do find that alongside Dio is both Pila is what is his character's name? I just completely forgot. Layla is there as well. Layla and Pila are there as well. And as you all kind of enter in, Dio looks at you all, gives you all a wave. Hello.
Oh, Reagan's gonna bow deeply.
That is very kind of you, Reagan. Not necessary, but I appreciate it.
It's only appropriate, my lady. And Reagan stands up and grins like an idiot.
Greetings to you.
Right. Well, greetings to everyone. So I've come back and I have a lot of stuff to tell you all. First of all, apparently there have been some strange ships around here. You should be careful of those. Stay away from those. Second, the mist thing is called a bounded field, and apparently it means there is some sort of ancient magic there that you should probably be very careful of. I'm afraid they don't know where it's coming from exactly, or what it does, which is a problem since apparently it's older than most of the dragons I could talk to. Which isn't, super great news, but I'm sure it's fine. Also, what else? Oh, the Empire says that they won't bother you. Technically speaking, your lands are not near the border, but technically the space in between it is an ocean, which also means that borders get weird when you start talking about oceans. So don't try to expand. That could be a problem. Or at least don't expand northward. They don't really care what you do in the other directions. And they have no interest in causing any problems with you all, as long as you don't do anything stupid. And she kind of looks at each of you when she says that. Oh yes, also, they don't seem to mind this whole nameless gods thing. Doesn't seem to bother them.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Why would it bother them?
Well, some of our kind can be very devout to Baal, and they don't typically like other religions. Not to say that they'll, kill you or anything, but they don't always like it. They don't seem to bother this one. I think they found it more interesting than any kind of problem. They've also agreed to offer you some assistance in the future, limited assistance in the future.
Yes.
Reagan grins again.
That that sounds like a absolutely fantastic and successful trip. Well, of course, we would like to offer our assistances as well, wherever we can, because having friendly neighbors and allies is the most important. One of the most important uh, aspects for our kingdom, for our settlement, anyway.
Well, I'm glad you feel like that. If they also want you to look out if you find anything relating to ancient dragons around here, they want to know about it. So, do with that information what you will.
Well, there's an ancient ocean dragon goddess, if you're curious about that.
What?
And Reagan will regale the tale of going to the bottom of the ocean and killing the giant monstrosity whale, and the guys being like, "Hey, yo, give us tribute if you want to stay underwater."
Oh. All right.
I
Well,
believe
yes,
their name was Jarda.
Jarda. I don't know that name. I will send a message back about that. That is that okay. Well, all right. Well, you guys are at work, I guess. What else was that? Everything I needed to say. I mentioned the field. Okay, I think that was it.
Did they have any recommendations on addressing the field?
Yes, they recommend you just go and deal with whatever it is, but they also say that because they're dragons and they aren't very afraid of many things, so they may or may not think to do that. Can't really tell you to do that because then if something bad happens, it would kind of be my fault. But it's an option.
Of course. Yeah, that was the expectation. If they have any recommendations on what we should do to prepare for that, that would be beneficial. But otherwise, yes, I have no issue in stepping forward and seeing what this fog is all about. Is everyone okay with trying to investigate that perhaps tomorrow?
You
Pila looks
believe
at
it can
the
wait, friend?
Pila looks at the four of you, and I would like to assist you with this.
Really, my lady?
I am curious as to what else is here, and this seems to be odd to me. It's old. I'd like to see it.
If that is what you wish, of course I do not have the power to do anything to impede your progress, but I do fear for your safety as always.
Of course, I do not wish to slow any of you down. I've managed to convince Layla here to also take care of me while we're with you all. So I will make sure not to cause you any undue burdens.
And Reagan insight check that, because that would conflict with what he knows about Layla.
Sure, go
Yeah,
for it.
that's so overt that Reagan would be like, "Really? 14? That's not bad for Reagan. That is not bad for Reagan."
It's not obvious, but you feel that Pila may be being a bit. The word convince and persuade is doing a lot of lifting in that sentence. That's the feeling that Reagan is getting overall.
Well, Reagan's going to slowly nod and be like, "Very well, my lady. And I must inform you that we have welcomed one resident of our fair settlement, one Tallahassee Tree Grove, to the Church of the Nameless Gods. I would love for you to pass on a blessing to him if you were so willing. It would mean a lot to me."
I will see what I can do. You all have been very hardworking, and I appreciate that.
Reagan grins. You can see how proud he is. Wait until my father hears about this. Reagan says under his breath, but everybody hears.
Yep. Everyone's passive perception is ridiculously high.
That's a perception 1200.
So,
Reagan thinks he wasn't heard.
mhm.
Right. Well, it sounds like you all have a lot of stuff planned to do, and I'm super excited for you to do it and all.
What's
Yeah,
your next
that's it,
step,
really.
friend?
Oh, I guess I have to go and talk to this water dragon now.
Well, I will also again inform you that I have given a boon, so you wouldn't have to pay tribute of your own. Perhaps. I don't know if this boon only applies to myself, but I would happily give it to you if it would be helpful and you run into any trouble.
Well, I appreciate it, but I think I can take care of it. I will definitely mention you, though.
In a good way, I hope, Reagan grins.
Probably? Maybe.
Good enough.
It'll be both.
Reagan is still grinning like an idiot because he's just like, of course, Dio wouldn't speak horribly about me. We're friends.
I do believe she has relatively positive, pleasant memories of us. We had some great conversations. I do believe I was the first half dragon that she came across. So there was that. Interesting.
Of course.
Very well.
Right, well,
Is that
I think that's everything, unless you have some questions.
no? I wish to prepare for the evening and prepare for tomorrow's event because we have no idea what to expect within the fog. And
Well,
I've
friend
used
Dio,
a couple spells. So what do we
don't
call
you just
those?
pray them, friend? Just pray for more. Pray for more magic.
That does not work for me exactly. My magic comes from a different source.
Comes from
You
a
did
well
say this,
rested
friend.
sleep.
Yes.
I don't see why you can't pray for more.
I mean, you could also check out our shrine. Maybe the Nameless Ones could be one of the people that you can pray to, and they'll grant you some spells.
Well, we have a named god, Baal, the god of dragons, but if there's a different god that
Like
governs the draconic
what is
magic,
the
I
term?
wouldn't know
A
about it.
magical spell slot.
Yeah, the goddess of spell
Giving
slots is that
god.
what you're referring to. The goddess of spell slots.
Yes,
You never know, friend.
the goddess of
prayer.
memory, spell slots, save
See, it doesn't work like that because spell slots
memory
are
cards.
out of game concepts.
It must be one of those Minnesotan ways of measuring magic potential.
There are certain things like in Minnesota. It's called a memory card. It's a magic rock that stores memories.
You store your memories on cards.
It's a rock. And you sometimes you want to remember things, but you can't see it quite clearly, so you put that rock into another rock, and that rock will show you the pictures of your memories. Sometimes they're moving pictures.
Must be one of those artificer contraptions I've heard so much about.
God damn it.
Yes.
I mean, that's technically a thing for an artificer, so that's completely legit.
I'm sorry, do you have a problem with that, Dungeon Master?
You can't deny that such a thing doesn't exist, dog. You can't deny that.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, Tasha made sure of that with their magical tinkering and all that, all that good stuff.
Well,
I didn't say anything.
friend Dio, while you're here, we actually came across a couple of magical artifacts that our people in our labs have been looking over and trying to put together. And you've always been quite smart. Would you mind taking a look before you get into your draconic endeavors?
That sounds
I gotta
like
hit the
fun.
Reagan laugh, Glass. You know I do.
That sounds like fun. What did you find?
And well, Aspen, I don't know where you left it, but I remember carrying it back to a certain location.
Yes, they're located in because we have an enchanter location, if I remember correctly. So they would have placed it in the enchanter's room.
Okay. Reagan
Yeah.
wouldn't know if you moved it or not.
Oh no,
Unless you dropped it and forgot about it until now.
Oh no, it because that's the best place that he could assume where any type of investigation and analysis could be performed on the use because it would need enchanting in order to breed these golems or life. So yeah, he would state they're golems that we were able to locate from a cave. We were also able to extract a power source from a boat, and we're hoping to combine the two in order to power up the golems. They're currently located in our still to be developed enchanting room. So perhaps if you can take a look there, see if there's
Originally, they inhabited demons.
Oh, I was trying to not mention that part because there may be a negative connotation with that, but there's no demon essence. The golems
Don't tell nobody about the demons.
Don't
Not
tell
to worry,
nobody.
friend. If something happens, I'll just destroy them. Reagan says it just grins ear to ear.
No, we don't wish that. With that I'm hoping these golems could be the foundation of our security force here.
As am I, but sometimes unknown contraptions misbehave. And that's when you bring down the divine right of the gods.
Sadly, that is true.
Well, I'm not an expert on golems specifically, but I will see what I can do. I better find something fun.
Perfect. All right, thank you. Will you be joining us tomorrow? Will we head to the fog, or will it just be Layla?
I suppose I could join you for a bit. Might be fun.
Perfect. All right. Well,
more friends.
Yes, the more the merrier. In that case, I would definitely like to prepare for tomorrow's event, so I'm going to rest up and get prepare myself for tomorrow. If you all need me, I will be in my quarters. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night, friend. Reagan is going to try. All right, is there like a bathing lake or tub or something of that nature that's established in the settlement?
Yeah, yours have a bit of a bathhouse.
All right, Reagan's going to try to sneak to the bathhouse.
Why sneak? Okay.
Why sneak indeed? I mean, he ain't going to get away with it. Y'all can follow him if you want to.
Right?
But he's definitely trying to be discreet.
Roll a stealth check. With disadvantage, I think, because you have armor.
I can switch the armor. Remember the medium.
It's up to you. You have to decide to do that. Just telling you what the rules say.
It's like armor on, armor off.
Now I'm switching it to medium. The kind of medium that doesn't give me disadvantage on stealth.
All right. Works for me.
And so that's the normal roll. Yeah, I don't expect to get away with it. Wow, a dirty 20.
All right. You are able to make your way towards the bathhouse, as far as you know, completely unnoticed.
And he's going to look around and then just bathe normally.
Okay.
Hey, fun fact, even Dewdrop has not seen Reagan bathe.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Reagan has made it a point not to bathe with y'all. Like that's a thing.
That is within your power to do.
I don't think we really have bathed with one another. Really, I don't think, to my knowledge.
I mean, in the shared bathhouse situation, as far as citywide, you'll in your times there, you may have never seen Reagan in there at the same time as anyone else. Like
Well,
that would be a thing you notice.
I'm presuming there's multiple
What's
different
bathing?
bathhouses, though, right? There's one for like like us as a group. Then there's one for like.
You think we got money picked up?
Well, yeah, I'm hoping there should be like separate bathhouses.
Construction
Like
takes time. Why do you think
salt.
people are just gonna like instant multiple bathhouses?
There is
We'll have to
a
dig
proportional. There is a proportional amount of bathhouses to the total amount of people.
It's
Wow.
it's not like
I
one
don't know.
bathhouse for the entire settlement. I mean, that bathhouse will get dirty super quick.
There is a proportional amount of both private and communal bathhouses for everyone. They aren't exactly fancy. They're more like wooden shacks with like kind of the beginnings of like a proper pool almost inside, but they work.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you'll also notice that Reagan is usually pretty stingy about his helmet.
Are there any other activities that you all wish to do this evening?
Dewdrop is going to stay in the shrine for a little bit, just like ruminate and meditate, and then we'll head to her very private quarters.
Right to the goddess of spell slots.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's right.
Just
Right
to
to the goddess of spell
refill
slots.
the slot that she used when she gave the
Oh.
enhanced ability. Just to get it back.
That's why I say
not?
nice
You-
things.
You all make your way back to your residences, and there is nothing else. You all are able to get a good night's sleep.
Yes.
You will gain the benefits of a long rest, including all of the both negatives and benefits. You will lose your temporary hit points. Don't forget that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's how it works.
And also, in the interest of skipping a bit of time here, we will say you all will regather at about sunrise the next day.
Well,
Right.
Reagan's rising and shining.
Is everyone ready for this venture? I got a good night's rest.
You see Reagan stretch and then just slap his chest and go full heavy armor.
Does it actually just like change like that?
Oh yeah. Remember, that's the magical one he got.
Mm.
He can change it as a free action, so it really is like Iron Man changing armor.
Mhm. He's like, whoa, well, that's convenient. Okay.
Ready as I'll ever be, friend.
All right. Everyone's ready. Guess we can make our way to discover what this fog older than the dragons of old is about. Very curious. Very curious.
Right.
Hey.
You all make your way through the forest, and as you are traveling, I will say most of you have at least a passive perception of at 18. You notice about 30 minutes into your travels that you stop coming across any of the noises and kind of signs of life in the forest. It's almost like you cross a dividing line from which there seems to be nothing. The plant life around you seems to be fine from what you can tell, but you don't notice any birds flying, any small critters moving about. As you all get a bit closer, you begin to see this kind of misty haze in the air. As it starts, it isn't quite as noticeable. You're forced to kind of wipe your eyes to make sure that it isn't just something happening with you. But you eventually find yourselves having a harder and harder time keeping track of each other. I need for you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
And so it begins.
Is that all
I mean,
of
are
us?
we still near each other?
All of you. Yes, for now, you can take the benefits of your paladin
Yay.
aura.
Y'all get +5 to your saving throw.
Oh, you
Wow.
can add
Wisdom, you said?
a +6. Yes, a +6 as well, because
snap.
Pila is able to bolster you a little bit. Not quite.
Yeah,
as
you
strong
gonna
as
need that.
Dragon, but
So,
So 13.
We got a +6, a plus, and a +4, right? I understand it. We
No,
got
plus 6 together. Plus 6
Okay.
together.
plus 6 together.
Not, they aren't two separate things. She.
Yeah.
To be more accurate, it is Reagan's plus. I believe Reagan's a plus 5 now. Is that
Yes,
correct?
I'm +5. Yep.
Then yeah, it's Reagan's and then plus 1 from Pila.
Okay, gotcha.
That's
Break
18
that
total
out.
from Reagan.
Yeah, I got 13.
29.
20. Jeez. All right.
That's what I like
That's
to
fine.
hear.
14 plus 16? 30. Right? 14 plus
Okay.
16? Yeah, 30.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Dewdrop, Aspen, and Reagan, you all are doing fine. Axel, on the other hand, as you get further into this smoke, you look around and you find your allies are no longer with you. And as you begin to you get this feeling that's almost kind of creepy crawling along the back of your neck. You begin to hear noises, people shouting in Elvish. And you turn and you see a woman wearing armor that you haven't seen in a long time. And as she kind of turns toward you, you see recognition in her eyes just as an arrow lands in the center of her throat. And as you look over at her, she seems to be consumed by the fog. And Axel, you realize you have seen that before. Back
As in her
before
or
that event before.
oh, okay.
You've seen it before you made your way to the Republic. Something that you've left behind or thought you left behind a long time ago. Axel, for the remainder of, we'll say, for the foreseeable future, we'll say, you are frightened. As you, every once in a while, you will see clips, moments from a time before you were an adventurer. You are working with the Elvish military.
What does that do mechanically though?
You have the frightened condition as long as you're in the fog.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, it seems to be the fog itself, not like looking at a specific thing. So so that is how the negatives will apply themselves.
Yeah. Okay, so it's basically flashback time.
Yes.
That's fun.
There's war flashbacks from like a movie.
I've seen terrible things.
Oh boy, that mean Reagan next.
Only
As
if he
you all
fails.
move, does Axel react to these visions, to these images?
He may see, he probably looks a little more agitated because he's obviously seeing shit that's disturbing. Does he realize that it's what's the word I'm looking here for?
Flashbacks.
Yeah, there you go. I can't do words tonight. Words are hard.
Axel is aware that they have seen these events before. He knows that they happened previously, but you don't know why or where they're coming from. But you are aware that that they happened before.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, he might be freaking out a little bit, but he's trying to keep it together. You could probably roll with the high perceptions or insights we have around. Well, let me say insight. The high perceptions we have around here, you'd probably be able to tell something's weird.
Do we see
We
him?
separated.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
that's what
all
I'm trying to
see
figure out.
Axel fine. Your group
Oh,
is
we
still
see.
together as far as you are aware. Axel,
okay.
you don't see anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So if
He
you
doesn't see anyone else? I thought like after he sees the flashback, he's back with us.
No, Axel, as far as you are aware, you are alone in the mist.
Aspen would try to reach out to Axel and say, Axel, is everything all right?
Nah.
Axel, you feel someone grab a hold of your arm, and as you turn, you see a rapier flying toward you as a darker-skinned elf in this kind of like sunburnt colored armor begins to attack you, and you realize you remember this happening before too. You know that these people were a group of freedom fighters or traitors, depending on which side you were on. And roll me another wisdom save as you see this blade coming toward you. Your DC for this is going to be 10, but failing will bring about
17.
interesting consequences. You feel this rapier coming towards you, and for a moment, you watch as the blade erupts in this liquid fire. And as it flies toward you, you just barely resist the urge to reach for your crossbow, and you remind yourself that this isn't real. And for just a moment, the fog seems to kind of recede just a bit. And you see Aspen.
Oh, what?
Is everything all right? You seem a bit distraught, distant.
Something strange about this fog.
What took place? What happened?
I don't know. It felt like I was in a dream. But reliving my past. Anyway, seems to be over now. So, let's keep moving.
Very well. If you, of course, wish to talk about it at a later time, I am, of course, all ears. And it's good to know that we should expect to see that our past possibly coming out to visit us during this time. Perhaps we could put up some mental barriers to protect ourselves from certain ordeals.
Way ahead of you, friend. Reagan gonna bless.
And I'm going to cast on myself Intellectual Fortress to make sure to give me some extra benefits. Just in case they come after my brain again.
Yeah, that's at the second level, because that's for all four of us. I doubt Gila needs to be blessed. Does Dio need to be blessed?
No, you see that Dio has cast a spell on both herself and Layla, and Pila seems to be fine.
Okay,
overall.
So the second level. Okay.
All right. As you all cast your spells, you continue forward. Can I have another wisdom saving throw from everyone?
So
and you may
add a
take
D4
into
and
account
+5.
all your benefits. +6. Plus
Yes,
Pila's
right,
benefit
Pila.
is still applying.
I think Intellectual Fortress gives me advantages with that, I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah.
30.
All right.
You say a wisdom save again, or
Wisdom save.
okay? Da-na-na-na, 21. Blackjack.
Right.
Probably
So
higher with all the
26.
Reagan stuff. It's actually like I think 26. Yeah, 27 with the.
Yeah, you're higher than me.
Aha! That's only because Axel inhaled so much of this mist.
Did everybody beat 17?
Yes.
I assume so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. You all continue forward, and you find the mist itself just out of the corners of your vision. You see shadows seem to flicker. Some of them seem to be humanoid. Others you recognize have odd proportions. Some of them seem to have like an arm that is too big, or a head that seems to be far too large for the body. But as you attempt to focus on these images, they fade away. You all continue like this for another 30 minutes. Your nerves begin to fray just a bit as you see progressively larger creatures just out of distance in this fog. Until you come across what looks to be a stone passage in front of you. The kind of dirt begins to give way to worn cobblestones. Do you all follow the path?
Shall we go onward, friends?
Indeed. How is everyone feeling? Is everyone doing all right? With the benefits that you all have provided, I think we should be good to go for now. But if you feel like your mental fortitude is wailing, let me know and I could be able to upcast my mental fortress of sorts, and it could be able to give the benefit to one additional individual. So if you feel like you're running into difficulties, please let me know.
Well, I'd personally be in the market, friend. My blessings don't last forever.
Let's see. In that case, yeah, they'll go ahead and cast Intellect Fortress, at the 4th level. So that'd be my only 4th level slot, and you will get essentially advantages on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws, and you get
I need all that.
and you get resistance to psychic damage.
I need all of that.
Hell
Thank you.
yeah.
All of that.
he said all of that.
Okay.
All right. That's it for me.
You all continue pushing forward, following this stone pathway. You eventually, after about another 20 minutes, you come across a stone tablet that is standing seated next to a set of stone stairs that go up and out of view. How many of you can speak Abyssal, Infernal, and Celestial?
I got 1 out of the 3.
I got all 3.
What was that
All
again?
right. Abyssal, Infernal, and Celestial.
None of the above.
Oh, I respect Axel.
I have Celestial.
Too many people can speak
Nice.
these languages. It doesn't make any sense. I respect it. All right. So those of you who
languages I can speak, he has like Dwarvish and Orcish. I was looking at my list. I was
just-
like, that's one of the few languages I don't got.
infinitely more useful, practical, infinitely more useful. So if you can speak at least one of those languages, you are able to pick out some of the words on this tablet. They seem to be reciting a declaration and a warning.
The Declaration of Independence. Should I steal
It is not.
it?
It is not. No, it's not.
Only if there's a
Actually,
treasure map on the back.
Does it have a treasure map at the back?
It does. It does. You're looking to try that behind it, but it does not. But Acid, since you are capable of understanding all 3 languages, you can make me an Arcana check. See if you understand what is happening or what it is trying to tell you.
Okay.
For those of you who speak only Abyssal, you realize that reading it is it's almost like trying to grasp at grains of sand. As you focus on the words you're reading, it's almost as if the words around it begin to change.
Well, I'm only Celestial. I ain't got Abyssal.
Yeah. 22.
Okay. With a 22, you pick up most of the meaning. It is a warning about attempting to enter a temple. And you aren't able to tell who the temple is supposed to be to as you find the names are written in a version of Abyssal that seems to make less sense the more you attempt to read it. It is almost as if there is some sort of effect that makes it difficult for you to read it. If you would like to try to force it, I will need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I'll take it.
And
Go for
Intellect
broke.
Fortress will not apply for this roll.
Still get a +5 though.
Yeah, you still get all the other
What?
benefits, but Intellect Fortress, Intellect Fortress is more about protecting you. This is like you are trying to intentionally push a force field against something.
Oh, I see.
won't
Gotcha.
apply. But the other
Gotcha.
benefits will.
Okay. All right. I will try. So that's just the only benefit I get is from the
Like a +10
My
die,
aura.
like +10s. You
Yeah,
get the aura, you get Reagan, and you get the aura, you get Peerless +1, and you get a bless, I think.
okay.
Nah,
Assuming
bless
that
wore
Reagan has
off.
been keeping. Okay, then no, you don't
Yeah,
get bless.
you don't get blessed.
So just a +6. Okay.
Yeah.
Just the
So
+6.
I have a flat 14 right now. Okay.
Jeez.
Okay.
Less on the last 10
And a
minutes.
19 on the die. So 14 plus 19 is a solid. I don't know. What's that? 30.
33.
Yes.
Yes.
My draconic
You-
essence coming in.
It's okay. We all know math.
You find the first name is Visha, the goddess of law and order. The
Soon. There's a special
Second-
victims unit.
Yeah. Oh, goddess of the special victims
The
unit.
second name you recognize is Poina. The third you are able to read, but you've never heard it before.
The Puina is the goddess of what?
She is you know her as, you don't know what she is, but you recognize her because she sent a being that you all ran into back last season on a ship when you were fighting a Aranis, and you sunk a very nice vampire lady's boat trying her. But back then,
okay.
you know that her symbol is these kind of wings that are this ornate kind of plumage-like design. But you do not know much. I don't believe I told you who she was at that time. But you do know her name is Poina.
Okay.
And the third is a name that you attempt to read, and you realize the name itself means twilight. But you don't know if it is saying that their name is Twilight or if it's saying their name means Twilight. But the closest word you're able to translate it to is Twilight.
Now, the key question, all this information, do we see a temple? I don't think you ever described a temple in this.
You see stairs that are leading up, and then about, we'll say 30 stairs up, and the fog kind of covers it.
Oh, okay.
So you can't see beyond that point.
Okay, so there's a possible hypothetical situation that the further up the stairs we go, there may be a temple. Okay. What does the warning say specifically? What is like the verbiage? Like, is there like only certain people can enter and none can enter? Like, do you need to do something to enter? Like, what's the?
The warning is telling you, from what you're translating, to beware entering a place of chaos and destruction, lest you fall into madness and disorder. So it's a bit of a poem. Well, no, I guess that's not really a poem. It's I don't know. We'll call it a poem to make me feel better.
A haiku.
Sure, we call it that. But yes.
Okay, I will attempt to relay that information to everyone. It says, so we now know who Poina is. Well, a bit, since we ran across her not too long ago.
Reagan is going to, well, subtly as Reagan can, reach into that part of him and see if it's resonating with anything here.
You find your connection to this entity reacts to you, and you feel energy, this dark emptiness, begin to spread through the bond and closer to the surface. Do you let it?
He's gonna go over to Pila and be like, "My lady, I think it's happening."
It's all right. Would you like me to take care of it for you?
Just so I don't hurt anybody, please. I don't know what'll happen.
Roll me a D100.
All right.
Yeah. If you get a number below 10, something interesting will happen.
Oh boy. On the cusp, 12. On the cusp.
You feel this energy spread faster and faster down this bond, this link you have, and it's almost as if it is consuming everything in its path. And for just a moment, you think that Pila's assistance won't be enough this time. But then a mixture of both infernal and celestial magic spreads through you that feels oddly comforting and frightening at the same time. And as it clashes with this void-like hunger, it slowly begins to wear it away. Don't know how long this will last, but it seems to be keeping it at bay a bit longer.
Reagan's gonna forget himself and actually hug Peel and be like, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, my lady.
It is fine.
Of course, Reagan thinks y'all didn't see that.
Yeah.
Don't be peeling,
I-
Pila.
So Aspen is going to respect Reagan's privacy, but will definitely be keeping an eye out for Reagan using his great 27 passive perception going forward to make sure things doesn't get a bit too out of control. Especially, because I gave him the intellect fortress, but that's true.
The Intellect Fortress will protect you from something inside of you already.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
D&D doesn't have a
this
lot of
run deep,
mechanics that I'd want, but yeah, since Reagan has already formed a bond with this thing, it's too late for
Spoilers!
Intellect Fortress.
I mean,
It's your class. It's your class.
They don't know the
class.
details, dog. Don't be giving away
I
my
didn't say
story.
I didn't say details. There were no. We all know what your
And see,
class
that hood
is.
even falling off your head. You about to betray hoodie gang. Look at what you're doing.
People, you know what? You all
what you're
are
doing.
never appreciative. But yeah, Intellect Fortress in this case will not protect you since it is it's already there. So
No, that makes perfect sense.
As a rule of thumb for the future, for all attempts using Intellect Fortress, it won't protect you from something inside of you.
That's perfectly fair.
All right. So, do you all wish to push forward?
With that, Reagan's ready to go.
Yeah, I of course give my warning to everyone and let them know to steal your mind. It seems that we have to be aware of this place as it provides chaos and destruction, and seems like it's going to test our mental fortitude, see if we can fall into madness and disorder. So be prepared. What's to come?
Reagan nuts. The wind's out of his sails a little bit, but he's trying to stay jovial. He fronting.
As you all make your way forward, you begin to approach the stairs, and as you make your way up, there's almost like a dividing line lays before you, where the fog itself seems to be thicker, and instead of this kind of gray white color, you find it is a roiling mixture of gold, dark blue, and dark red that seem to be kind of volatile but existing together in some sort of brew of chaos.
I like the gold.
As you step forward, you all feel as if something within you is muted, as if the fog itself is interacting with a part of your very being. And for as long as you are in this part, you all are in a what I'm going to call a chaos zone. And some magics will function slightly differently. Imagine mechanically it's going to function somewhat similarly to wild magic. But
okay.
You all continue to make it up these stairs. I need everyone to make me a wisdom save. And this time all of your bonuses will apply.
Okay.
Yay. So I have advantage on that.
Yep.
And we
You
all
got
get
advantage.
5.
You get your +5 and +1 from Pila, so you get all your stuff.
Nat 20.
Let's go.
I got a 15 if it's a +6. So
All right.
24.
25.
Jeez, Axel, you are struggling today. You are
I am
struggling
on the
today.
struggle bus.
You are.
Dog, I should have just blessed you.
Although to be fair,
As-
wisdom's not really a strong suit.
It's very,
Oh.
very fair. It's very
How is your
fair.
perception so high? Oh,
I got
because,
other bonus.
Other bonus, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just not in proficiency to the wisdom.
As the four of you begin to make your way up these stairs, you all immediately notice Axel begins to fall behind. As you, Axel, you feel as if something is almost dragging you down. And you look around and you don't see anything tangible, but it's almost as if each step you feel an additional weight being added to your shoulders. And you begin to hear voices warning you, trying to pull you back. Do you continue going forward?
Guys, something strange going on here. I don't know if we should maybe we should reevaluate this plan. Seems like it might be a little more dangerous than usual.
We hear
We
this?
made it this far, friend.
Yes, you do hear Axel speaking.
Okay. So what is happening? What are you experiencing?
This place is giving me a really funny feeling, you know.
Oh, I understand. Do not worry. My Drake will be next to you to keep you company and
My
Nice, yeah.
buddy, my
Mhm.
buddy.
my body and me. Yes. If you notice something odd or peculiar happening, something of danger, please alert us. But right now, it seems like things appears to be smooth.
All right, well, I trust you guys, but yeah, it's a little weird out here.
I can wait till I get 5th level spell slots to give. Now I know I need to give Intellect Fortress to 2 people. But I will be able to get for a couple more levels. So you have to wait.
What is something that Axel regrets?
Not being able to see the people that he had to leave behind as a result of, deserting. That's probably the biggest one. He doesn't care so much about the I mean, sure, there's some things that are like, oh well, this would be nice to have this stuff, but it's more just like, oh, I can't ever see these people again because they live there and I live here, and if I go back, then my life's over. So, and he worries probably about the things they think about him too, because everybody's like, just knows the one side of the story. They don't know everything. So, I mean, it bothers him sometimes, but he tries not to think about it too much.
All right. As you keep moving, you begin to feel hands grabbing hold of your legs. And as you attempt to move, you look down and you see a shadowy figure slowly reaching up towards you. And you begin to hear wails, voices, begging you to come back, asking you why you've abandoned them. Make me another wisdom saving throw.
Oh man.
Got this one. You don't got this one.
I got a 14. Wait, no. Yeah, 14 because plus 6. Math is hard.
All right, I will offer you a deal with the devil, so to speak. You can attempt to make another roll at the same DC, but failing this one will be worse. Will have a worse consequence than what you would get this time.
Double or
Failing
nothing.
this time.
Oh boy. We got inspiration if you want to use it, but you already know
yeah.
this.
I do have inspiration.
Oh, that's right. That has an extra D4, doesn't it?
No, you get a whole
I believe
Oh,
it's
reroll.
an
that's
extra
right.
roll. Yeah,
I
it's
completely
advantage.
forgot because we haven't ever used inspiration before.
You have 2 inspiration.
No, they don't
now.
stack.
We're talking about before. Like we haven't used
Why
any
can't
inspiration.
why
in forever,
can't they
so.
stack? It makes no
Sure,
sense.
Because that's what
they
Whistle
don't
of the
stack
Coast
because
said.
they don't want you to save a bunch of them. I will allow
Well,
starting
yeah.
now. You all can have one inspiration banked. I will allow it. So
Oh,
in this case, Axel can have 2.
Sweet.
Aw.
Because
Well,
you had one for your rapping thing.
You did indeed.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
It was worth it. So
no
what are
hashtag
you
no
going
no
to do?
regrets.
What are you going to do?
He's gonna try and push through, so he's gonna reroll.
All right.
And of course, get another
Oh
8,
Lord, Michael.
because he's just got the best. Got the best.
And you can use one of your inspiration if you like.
I definitely will use one of the inspirations because got to.
For those who are watching, that's a 9, an 8, and another 8 so far.
Just the best rolls from Roll20 here, helping us out tonight. You know how it is. Let's go for round 4. Oh no, it's better. It's better.
It's a 7.
It's better. Yeah.
Why are you using that?
You know, it's honestly, it's not really even the dice's fault so much. It's just that I have a low wisdom save. I have +2.
No, that's law of averages. It ain't on you out here.
It's 6, 5. It's 6, 5, and like it's like 7, 6, 5. Literally, those have been the rolls. So they've been consistently at that level.
Consistently below 10.
Yeah.
I wish I could do
This
something
time.
for you, dog. I can't. I wish
This time.
I could.
Oh good God.
That's so messed up.
So was any of those the devil's bargain? I figured the first one probably was.
Yes. So as you are attempting to push forward,
He's gonna just break down and start screaming. Probably, right? I don't know. What?
You are going to, so there D&D doesn't have a super good condition for this, so we will use poisoned for it, as you are filled with regret over a past choice. As you attempt to push forward, it's almost as if what you're feeling is more akin to a depression than being poisoned, but D&D doesn't give us rules for that. So you will be at disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. For the
Son of a monkey's uncle.
I'm sorry.
Are
D&D
you-
needs more conditions.
Are you sorry?
I blame Obama for this.
I
It's
am.
his fault.
The dungeon master, is sorry, yes. But the rest of you hear Axel begin to wail, sorrow and regret filling his voice.
I am going to cast. I'm going to cast. Can I cast Greater Restoration on him? Does that work?
Would it work in this context?
Why does Axel Well sound like a fading goat?
I don't know. I didn't tell him to do that. So
Please, Lord, help me!
do you have lesser restoration?
Maybe.
I don't, but I have Greater.
I mean, you would have access to both, but yeah, I see what you mean.
I prepared Greater.
Right.
In this case, I will allow greater to function. Technically, they do separate things, but I'll be nice. So I will say a diamond
I
dust
have
with
the
at least
equivalent of lesser
100.
restoration. You know that, right? Lay on hands.
I will. This is Dewdrop's idea, so whatever. I will say having 100 gold pieces worth of diamond dust is something you could have gotten throughout your adventure. So if you wish to cast a spell, you would mark off 100 gold from your reserves.
Sure.
And then
Like,
roll
lots of
me-
money. It's fine.
Sure. The spell is expensive. And then roll me a D100, as this is a divine spell.
Oh, okay.
It'll be a 50-50. So we want a number between 1. Do you want high or low, Dewdrop? High or low?
Let's do low.
All right. A number of 51 and above will cause a negative effect.
All right.
Whereas 1 through 50 will cause a positive effect.
That is a 33.
Yay.
All right. As you take this diamond dust and spray and kind of blow it over Axel,
No. No, that's not how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it like a glitter bomb. I'm going to go glitter right on Axel's face.
for a very expensive glitter bomb.
The
Sure.
most expensive of glitter bombs.
It's not even like a blowing. It's like a throwing right in his face.
Be clean.
Sure. So ignoring the potential damage from throwing diamond dust into a person's face,
Power of nature compels.
as you cast this spell, You feel the celestial energy around you resonate with the magic, and it will be considered as if you've cast the spell at one level higher than you have available. So in this case, it's Greater Restoration doesn't actually have a benefit for that. It will cure both the frightened condition and this poison, the depression condition. Is what we're gonna call it.
Nice.
So Axel, you first you feel yourself get hit in the face with diamonds, which is not pleasant at all.
It's
so
glitter.
stressed. It's not pleasant.
Expensive glitter.
But you find the weight and the screaming voices around you begin to fade away, and you look around and you find yourself standing on the stairway with your companions. Your face is covered in bruising and small cuts from diamonds.
I learned this trick from Gubin the Adequate.
Fascinating.
Try this one cool trick to bring people back to life.
Let's go.
Gubin the Adequate has taught me that glitter is very powerful.
Mhm.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
What you screaming for? Be clean.
Give me something to cry about.
I think that is going to be a good time for us to take our break and to allow everyone to regather themselves. So we will be back at 45 after to continue our story of apparently just pure chaos. So thank you for being here with us, and be sure to join us once we come back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, first of all, I just
Diamond
want to
Dust
state,
Hoodie Gang. Stand up.
I just want to state again: don't hit people in the face with diamond dust. Does not help. That is not something this channel endorses.
Why not?
Why not?
There
I
are
healed him.
several reasons.
Dewdrop is great.
Several reasons why that's a
With
bad
such
idea.
a
We got the
magical
next
show.
merch idea. It's gonna be great.
It might just cause blindness instead, which should have been a worse condition. But that's a separate conversation. We are back, and we are going to rejoin our adventuring party as they are attempting to climb the stairs to this temple. As Axel is coming out of the mental fog, we'll say, that he was dealing with, I'll leave the rest of the story to you all. What would you like to do?
I'm going to look at Axel and go, how do you feel?
Oh. Well, I was feeling a little down, but now I just feel great.
That's good. And I'm glad that your face is looking much better too.
My face? What was wrong with my face?
Well, you were really sad, so I threw some glitter in your face, and now you're very shiny.
Oh, okay. Well, but how do you know I'm not still sad?
I have a feeling. You're not sad anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still sad?
No, I feel great.
That's good. All right, let's go climb up these stairs.
Did that diamond bag come from Clinique by chance? Or was it?
Clinique, is that somewhere you go, like a hospital or a doctor's hut? It seems like you said clinic with an accent, friend. Is it a draconic thing?
That's true, right? It's like what's the French version of clinic? Yes, I believe so. I'm not 100% certain, but I think I saw that name before, so I was just kind of curious if that was the exact same brand. I mean, the face looks fantastic. Glowing.
Maybe it's magic.
Exfoliating, yes, exfoliating.
Maybe it's Maybelline. I'll have to write home and ask her.
Shall we continue?
Yes. We'll make our way up.
I need one more wisdom saving throw from everyone.
Oh,
Alright.
I'm scared now.
You
I'm
get your
scared.
you get your advantage.
Oh, it's still active?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
it
Thank
lasts
you.
an hour.
As of now, right?
Hey,
It's getting close.
got 19.
Okay.
Well, 25 technically, but
Nice, yeah, that's it.
finally a good wisdom saving throw roll.
That is a dirty 20, I think. Yeah, it's a dirty 20.
33.
I think
32.
I think your 10 is being already have a plus 10 to wisdom saves.
Because I have proficiency in it. And then I have like a why do I have plus?
Oh, you do.
It should be 9.
Yeah, why do I
Where
have
are my
that?
plus ones
It's
coming from? Let me see.
I don't know. It's all right. I will
No, that's
accept
It's
this.
legit. That's
science.
legit.
Well, I don't know.
It's 5.
I have
Yeah, it
plus
should be
8
9.
in my wisdom saving throw, so
Man, if I'm
Reagan can
checking.
absolutely have plus 10.
No, that's important. Why do I have plus 10 on wisdom save?
I thought you added in your bonus to it already.
Oh, it might be already factoring in my bonus. That'd be stupid. Let me see. Why would it do that?
It does. Roll 20
Oh,
does
that's
add.
so dumb. That
Yeah,
should be
then again.
separate.
Your roll 20 already adds it.
So my actual roll's 15.
Oh.
Why wouldn't it dictate that?
That's what I thought the entire time was that it was added together. Yeah, that's because I'm like your passive perception was like really low, so I was like that had to be your aura. But it did include the plus 1 though. Yeah, it would be 15. But yeah,
My proficiency makes it 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now it'll be the other 5. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, roll 20 includes. Now it doesn't include it for us, of course, because it doesn't know that we're part of the 10. You know what feat we're in. But yeah, for paladins, yeah, it automatically includes it, all your stuff.
Well, that's a low roll for me then. That's a 15 total.
All right. Well, did anybody else roll below 20?
Nope.
Nope.
32.
All right. You all continue to climb the stairs, and just as you begin to make out the entrance of this large cathedral in front of you, Reagan, you begin to hear screams, pain, agony. You hear the sounds of swords clashing as the scent of blood and scorched earth begins to fill your nostrils. As you look around you, you find the stairs you had been on previously have faded, and in their place you find a battlefield. Men and women in discarded armor lay all around you. What is Reagan feeling as he sees this again?
Definitely a little shook. Reagan no like. Because Reagan, this is familiar to him. He knows what's going to happen shortly.
You look around, you find a spot in the dirt begins to grow and elongate almost, and centered upon it, you find a glaive covered in black runes that almost hurt you to look at. And before you can think about it, your hands have already reached out towards it, and skeletal appendages begin to grow up along your arm, and you feel fear shoot through you. You have the frightened condition, Reagan.
I'll give you something to be scared about.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Okay.
What does Reagan do as this vision is happening? These skeletal tentacles begin to reach along his arm, threatening to consume him. Your allies seem to have gone, abandoned you.
Can he make another attempt to push through it? Because he's seen what happened to Axel. So he would assume it's the same thing.
It's up to Reagan if they would like to try and force the situation to change.
He would definitely brute force that. He a goofball.
Okay. Make another wisdom saving throw.
With advantage.
Okay. Mm,
There you
Okay,
go.
25. Here we go.
You feel this void like hunger begin to travel along your hands, and you reach deep inside of yourself and you attempt to force it away, to pull it back. And at first, you feel yourself losing, but a moment later, this surge of infernal energy floods your body, and the clouds around you almost explode backwards. And as you blink, you find yourself standing on the stairs again.
Reagan's gonna gulp and try to play it off and continue forward.
Does everyone continue to move forward?
Well, yes. Make it that way.
Best we
Alright.
can,
Okay,
anyway.
Reagan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since
Roll.
there was
I'm
no,
totally fine, friend.
I'm
That's
presuming there
good.
was, I'm presuming there was no call outs or anything for Reagan. Otherwise, yeah. So we would get
I
moving
would say
up.
with your high perceptions, he may look a little clammy, but that's about it. That's all you
Oh
notice.
yeah, if things would have went way south, if he would have cried out, you wouldn't have heard him.
Okay, he's looking clammy. Okay, he just added
Okay.
that to the list. Like, well, no. See, he now know that Axel is back to normal now since the diamond blast. So now it's only Reagan he has to be concerned about at the moment. So okay. He keeps Reagan in the corner of his eye just to make sure that he's doing okay.
All right. As you all reach the top of this staircase, you find yourself standing at the entrance of a large cathedral. It is kind of old and rotten in places, but it seems to carry this feeling of antiquity, of age. And as you look around, you find the main door is made out of a obsidian-like substance, engraved with words that seem to kind of move along this glass as you look at it. It's almost as if the words themselves are changing position. Does anyone try to read them?
What?
Give me an
Reagan's catching his
intelligence
breath,
saving
so
throw.
you want attention. You're gonna attempt it.
Intelligence saving throw?
Intelligence saving throw.
Is this one of the one? This will apply to the intellect fortress, right?
No, intellect fortress up.
Okay, so but I get so it's not in. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
Never existed.
Are we doing rolls? Intelligence saving throw?
For those that are
If you're
attempting,
trying to read the door.
Okay. And
he's not.
okay.
He's catching his breath.
And I still got the plus 5 from. Okay, so
Yep, you're still
30,
close
20.
enough to Reagan. Ooh, 5. Okay.
oh, nice. 24.
All right. As you both attempt to read the words and to focus, you find instead of the words themselves coming clearer, it's almost as if a wave of energy shoots out at you, almost like a rubber band snapping, and you feel it slam into your consciousness. And for just a moment, you find yourself pulled out of your body before you snap back into place. And the words seem to fade away, leaving just a blank glass door.
There's no words?
No.
That was very odd. Even after trying to decipher what the words are, I can't seem to determine what it was. Perhaps a trap? Well, I guess we should continue to make our way forward. Yeah, and
We have a goddess with us, friend.
All right.
Yeah, Reagan's just eager. That's the extent of Reagan's logic about the situation.
You all are making your way forward. Pila steps towards the glass, and you see her kind of hold out a hand, and the glass begins to almost not quite shatter, but you see pieces of it simply fade away, and revealing the entrance to a large amphitheater. And she steps through. Do you all follow her?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Reagan's definitely following.
Sure.
As you all enter, you find yourself standing on what looks to be a singular stone and marble room. The floor is covered in these esoteric symbols, and there is a single pattern that seems to be repeating all the way around in three concentric circles. Three circles, one inside the other. And you can see going along the walls is the same pattern that is a combination of abyssal, infernal, and celestial runes. As you look around, you feel the sense of unease begin to spread through everything. And as the last of you steps into the room, the obsidian behind you hardens and seals the room shut. Do you do anything?
Well, I guess we aren't going anywhere.
Agreed. Something tells me we were meant to be here if they closed the door behind us.
Yeah.
That or they don't mean for us to get out, friends.
Oh, well, they will learn the hard way that they can't stop us if we put our mind. But I
Reagan
think it's the
smiles,
first.
but not with as much bravado would you say that.
Megan,
Hey.
with your eldritch eyes, you find this room is saturated in magic that you've never seen before. It's almost as if infernal, celestial, and abyssal energy have been braided together to create something that is more than the sum of its parts. Looking around, it's almost as if some sort of primordial energy permeates this place. And you realize the most powerful, the concentration of this energy is in the very center on this stone dais.
I don't like the looks of this, friends. This is a very powerful ancient magic. Abyssal, infernal, and divine mixed together to become something greater. And the greatest source of this seems to be coming from the center.
This is similar to when we came across before. Remember when we were in the cave, there was the imagery of those of celestial one side, Phoenician, and others, a Phoenician, the other kind on the other side, to represent the Union, which my understanding that is what Pila represents. So this must be an extension of that message. Of that
I
concept.
pray that they are friendly. We may have our representative goddess with us, but that doesn't mean that we're okay.
Pila, do you recognize this by chance? This is familiar to you.
I don't think so. It is odd. I don't know much about the abyss, unfortunately. I may be able to interact with the magic here, but I don't know what that would do.
Do you
I mean,
wish?
perhaps I could help.
You all welcome?
And Pila would know what Reagan's implying, but he's not going to say the rest when he says I can help.
That would be up to you.
I am bound to serve you, my lady. I will do what I must. Happily.
I'll investigate further. You all are welcome to do what you think is best. I think you know more than I do about odd places.
We ain't got nobody with Arcana, do we?
No, I'm proficient in Arcana.
Okay, go for it.
I guess I'll make a Arcana check on the center area.
Reagan go and pray. Get blessed.
All right, make me an Arcana check.
Oh, nice. 21.
Okay, so with your knowledge of the arcane, you realize that this is clearly some sort of teleportation circle. But based on the runes you are able to translate, it seems to be an outer planar transportation circle, meaning that it will take you to a different location on a separate plane of existence, though you can't tell where. You can't tell if it will take you to some place divine, abyssal, or infernal, or some other place entirely. You think maybe if you had enough time to decipher more of the runes, you could guess, but you don't know how long that would take.
Yeah, so they will relay that information to the others to say, this seems to be a teleportation circle, but not to a different spot on the same plane, but to a different plane of existence.
I don't know. Do you think it would be? We have a whole island nation to think about, friends. I doubt we can just teleport away on a whole excursion and not know if we have a way to get back.
Oh, agreed. My interest was not to take this teleportation, as similar to your mindset, we have people we have to consider, individuals to take care of here. But with this connection to the combination of both Fiendish and Celestial, my understanding was perhaps this teleportation circle was meant for Pila.
Well, my lady, do you wish to travel to a different realm?
I don't think so. I don't know what it would do or where it would go. Would that be wise?
Well, for the likes of us, it wouldn't be, but you are an existence much powerful than ours. Perhaps your results may vary.
I could try, I suppose. And you see she walks over to the dais and begins to interact with the magic in the air. Reagan, you're able to see it's almost as if the energy itself is being pulled from the environment, the infernal and celestial powers, and are being infused into the circle. The rest of you can see the floor beneath you. The circles begin to glow and shift. And you realize that only 2 of the sets of sigils are being interacted with. These divine and the infernal ones are moving, but the abyssal ones, the chaotic, garbled ones, seem to be unmoving. Can I have everyone make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
We blessed. I did that.
Okay. Oh, added these more? Oh, this will be good. This will be golden.
Plus 6, got 24.
Oh, yes. This is going to be great. So I got a natural 20.
Sweet.
Plus 14, 34.
29 from Reagan.
Jeez.
Do we still have that +6 thing?
Yep.
What's it's okay.
That's
That
coming
is,
from that's Reagan and Pila's.
35.
Well, actually, no. The -1, because Pila is no longer able to assist you because she's busy.
All right, 34.
Oh, yeah. So with my nat 20, that'll be at 37. Sorry, 36. 36.
Game is broken.
Game is broken.
We know how you treat us.
As you
though.
all look around, you begin to see black phantasms crawling up out of the ground. You can see most of them are misshapen and crude, almost as if someone had drawn some sort of malignant and wrong being. Some of them have arms that are too long or too small. Others are missing limbs but still seem to be able to move. And as they begin to form, the shadows begin to flicker and they begin to crawl and run towards the four of you. What do you do?
Summon sword.
Do they look like you can talk to them?
I mean, that's up to you to decide.
All right.
The draconic heritage of his golden tribe emerges in the forms of his wings as his two wings expand from his back, and he flaps its wings as he flies to the air, looking down. Not sure exactly what these individuals are planning to do, but wanted to maintain a healthy distance just in case they're not looking in to look for hugs or scritches. So, so I'm not sure exactly what they want. I want to give him, make sure we maintain a distance. Back. What? Give me 50 feet. So, we had to make sure.
Okay. Axel?
The I would say healthily on guard because this is obviously this whole place is obviously full of traps. So he's not he might not be screaming and cowering in a corner, but he's got his eyes open, guns out.
I'm gonna hold my action of an attack just before. If they attack me, then I will respond. Like if they look like they're. So I don't want to attack them first, basically.
Sure, understandable. I respect your restraint. You all see a creature that looks almost like a chimeric amalgam of some sort of porcupine and alligator kind of bulk up and release a jet of twisted spikes. And Reagan, I need for you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well,
Of course it's me,
That's
dog.
not
Of
friendly.
course it's me.
I rolled the dice. And it's a 3. And you're the third
Of
person
course
on the
it's me,
screen. I'm sorry.
dog.
Hey, did you say earlier we wouldn't need roll 20? I think you mentioned that we wouldn't need
Did
roll
I say?
20.
Did I say anything about roll 20? I didn't say
Yes.
anything about
Oh,
it.
nice.
I remember asking.
I didn't
do you
say
need roll
that.
20? You say no.
That's
I
a
didn't
26 from
say
Reagan.
Ooh,
I
hey.
didn't say anything about roll 20.
Yeah.
You are able to quickly kind of throw yourself to the side as these shadowed spikes go flying through you and impact the wall behind you. You see the moment they hit the wall, it begins to change. Stone begins to almost lose its consistency and turn into a black, grayish liquid that begins
no.
to ooze from the walls.
Porky
As
Gator out here not playing. Okay.
as Reagan
Pokemon over
avoids
here.
it, another group begins to rush forward to engage with each of you. What are you doing?
Reagan is going to make his way to the abyssal part of the circle.
That is the innermost circle.
He gon' dash then.
Okay, you can get there. I would say you don't even need to use. You can use your movement because you all are closest to that circle.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Well, he's going to plant his two-handed sword in it. See if he can get the abyssal part of the magic going.
You take your weapon and you place it onto the circle, almost trying to stab into the runes itself, but nothing seems to happen.
I'm gonna turn into a giant tree.
All right, you turn into a large tree.
Would you
Yep,
say
a
you're
great
like a
tree.
tree? A tree?
Sure, you are
I
a very impressive tree.
I
Right.
gain 10 temporary hit points all of my Constitution saving throws will be with advantage. My dexterity and wisdom-based attack rolls will also be with advantage. And the ground beneath me is 15 feet, difficult terrain for my enemies.
Would you say you're gonna
All
make like
right.
a tree in a leaf?
As you
No, I'm gonna stand
transform,
there.
thorns begin to come up out of the ground, and you see them ripping into these beings, these shadowed creatures. But just as quickly as you see parts of them being ripped apart, they begin to reform and come toward you. One of them you see has like a fingers that seem to almost be made out of needles, and they go and swipe it across your bark. You can have a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. With advantage.
And this is would be considered like a poison like effect. So if you have special things with poison, they would apply.
Natural 20 plus 2, 22.
Right? You feel something begin to flow into you, begin to change you, but that spark of life inside you is able to push it back. And you feel pain and nausea, but you think you're okay. Aspen and Axel, what are you doing?
Well, I'm flying in the air. Does it look like these creatures are sentient enough to be able to speak or have a conversation?
They seem to be chaotic in their actions. You aren't sure if they can or cannot have a conversation. You know that they have not attempted to. Their
All right.
behavior itself doesn't seem to be particularly intelligent from what you can see. It's just more like horde.
So I'm flying in the air. I'll be flying around 25 feet up. And then I'm gonna be looking down and speak in abyssal. What is it that you're after? Why are you attacking us?
More speaking in abyssal.
Hmm.
Roll a intimidation check.
But could have said charisma. I mean, persuasion. I would actually. Oof, oof. Oh, you could probably guess what that was. That was
Oh, wow.
another beautiful natural 20. So 22.
Quit breaking the game, McDonald. I swear.
Die Hard Nights coming through. Get you one of these bad babies right here. Get you one of these bad babies. They come
As you speak in abyssal, it's the creatures themselves don't seem to acknowledge your words, but you see bits and pieces of the shadows begin to kind of crumble and fall apart, almost as if they're made out of wisps of smoke. And you see these ones, unlike the ones that Dewdrop had interacted before, don't immediately begin to reform.
Oh. But they didn't respond or say anything back. They just disappeared to a
No,
puff of
they
smoke.
are still rushing at your people.
But that's my turn, right? I can't do anything else after that.
Right. Axel, what are you doing? You see this? You see what Dewdrop does? You see what Aspen does? You see what Reagan is sort of attempting to do? What would you like to do?
So I saw the big thing is the whatever the heck shot the stream of stuff at Reagan. Is that thing seem to be moving, or did it seem to like come out of a statue on the wall or something like that?
It is still, this shadow creature is still moving towards Reagan.
Okay.
Fun.
So yeah. So well, that seems to be the biggest, meanest thing. So I feel like I should probably shoot at the big mean thing that is coming to hurt my friend. So let's take a shot at the big mean thing. Use a bonus action to Hunter's Market, and then we'll go ahead and do. Yeah. lose bonus action, the hunter's market, and then they get an extra attack during the opening round. So let's see if anything hits. Oh, that's the damage. Whoops, wrong one.
Ooh.
Probably not.
Your
Wait,
bolt
do I have,
fires.
Wait, hold on. Do we have the D4 right now?
Yep, you're blessed.
Sure.
Would
But that's only for saving throws.
Oh,
wait,
okay,
it's attack rolls and saving throws. What am I doing?
Oh.
Okay, I'm getting sleepy.
Best
now.
works
Yeah, you
with
good.
this.
14, probably no still.
You fire the bolt and it hits this creature, and you see it rip a hole through its phantasmal, shadowy form, but it immediately begins to piece itself back together.
This guy.
Well, I mean, he's still like he's not just like natural one, nice. Nailed
Done.
it.
Yo, fat roll 20 is you all dirty. I mean, we all like. Gotta get this.
Let me
Somebody-
pull out the critical fail deck.
Oh no, I forgot about that. Oh no,
Oh,
no, that's not good. Oh,
The
that's
fun
no
stuff.
butter.
It's the fun stuff that kids.
So everyone out there, go ahead and send an email out to Die Hard Dice. Get these folks sponsored with Die Hard Dice. They can get some nice dice on the way. Because Roll 20 is doing these folks hella dirty.
Axel,
Hella
can I
dirty.
have you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, good lord.
Always with the wisdom saving throws.
That's the thing.
He has a mental
I'm sorry.
breakdown because of the horrible attack and natural one on the wisdom saving.
Yeah, you me tonight, dog. I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing.
3.
Puts on his
Well,
best Reagan
a
Peril
2,
mask.
a 3.
It don't
3.
feel good at all.
Oh no.
Because you rolled a 1 on this,
Nailed it.
the effect will be a bit worse than it would have been.
Oh.
So as you see this happen, the creature forms together, and it's almost as if it is. You see it glare at you, and you feel a terror, an unnatural terror fill you, and you realize you all can't do anything against this creature. And you are You aren't already frightened, are you? I don't think so. No,
I think
you're frightened. You're frightened again.
Okay, so that's disadvantage. So that makes this next attack roll probably even better. Watch this one be like double 20s or something stupid like that.
I'm hoping for it.
Come
You can use it.
on. 7. Oh,
That ain't bad. See?
I mean 14. Let's roll a d4.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
18.
Oh,
I don't know if that's enough.
Your fingers tremble as you load another crossbow bolt. And this one, you manage to calm yourself and fire, and you hit it, the creature, right where a head should be. And you see it leave a hole, and the creature begins to reform itself. And this place, instead of where the head was, is a single black eyeball that is staring at you, Axel.
Okay, well, do I need to roll damage at all, or does it matter?
No.
Okay.
Wait, is your crossbow magical or not magical?
It's magical.
Oh.
I think all of you have magical weapons at this point.
At this point, we should all have magical weapons.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Good to know.
Creatures are getting closer. You see Pila manages to complete the outermost ring of the infernal and celestial energy. What are the 4 of you doing?
Oh,
Very
friend
fair.
Axel, not again.
A very fair reaction, honestly. That's a very fair.
How
reaction.
far?
The
Well,
fading
how
goat.
close is Porky Gator to Reagan?
Porky Gator.
They have all entered the outermost circle, so we'll say you're within 40 feet. We'll say 40 feet.
Yeah, I wouldn't close the distance if I dash. Well, I'd have to dash to close the distance. Okay. Well, we got Eldritch Blast. I'll fire off a couple of those at Gator Boy.
Okay.
Say that he was a gator boy. He said, "See you later, boy."
See you later, boy. Yeah.
You tap in to your power, and black orbs of energy emerge from the palm of your hand, and you let them fly towards this creature. And as they rip into it, you notice it begins to reform itself, but it's slower. Almost as if you can see with your eyesight, actually, you can see the abyssal energy begins to get pulled out of it and into that circle that's close to you. And as that's happening, more energy is attempting to flow into it to rebuild its form.
Hmm. See, there's.
Y'all better break
Gotta have
that
to wait for
circle. I
next
don't know
turn.
what that thing is, but it's doing something, and it ain't helping us. I mean, I'm
Actually, you
just
do not
making a
see that
guess.
happen.
Oh, I don't see the
You
circle.
don't. No.
Oh,
I mean, you can
I
see the circle, but Reagan can see the magic because
I thought I saw some like weird effects when people were like busting up the circle.
No, at the moment,
Okay.
you all don't see the flow of magic. You can see the creature. You all see that this creature, after it gets hit with Reagan's attack, begins to reform itself, but it is visibly slower than the earlier attempts at reforming itself.
Oh, okay.
Well, Reagan will, I guess, bonus action shout up to Pila. What's going on up there, my lady?
I am not sure. Something is wrong.
Wrong like this or wrong like you need help?
I am fine, I think. You should focus on whatever is happening with this creature.
That's it from Reagan. He'll nod.
All right. Axel Dewdrop and Aspen. What's up?
So, does it seem completely apparent to Axel that his attacks had no effect at all?
I would say that is a reasonable conclusion that Axel could have drawn.
I think we need different weapons. This doesn't seem to be doing anything. Every time I shoot it, it just goes back together.
Can any of you speak Abyssal?
I mean, I hear you saying some weird stuff, but I don't know anything about that.
I'm afraid not, friend.
I'm going to Eldritch blast it.
You got that?
Yeah, apparently it says Eldritch blast, not Eldritch. It's Ale.
Oh.
It's a discount Eldritch Blast.
What?
Yeah.
So you
I'm
hit someone
going to
like-
Eldritch blast it.
so you hit
Great.
someone-
Great
A
value,
targeted
Warlock.
creature has disadvantage on the saving throw if it has drunk any alcohol within the last.
You hit someone with
That is
Captain
something
Morgan.
that I can do. So Eldritch blast is a stream of ice cold ale blast from your outstretched hands towards a creature or object within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, it takes 1d8 cold damage, and it must make a successful Constitution saving throw or be poisoned until the end of its turn.
Apparently.
Since I'm at level 11, it's 3d8s. So I'm gonna do my. I mean, if it hits, oh no. See.
So Dewdrop went from throwing diamonds
Ale.
to throwing the Long Island iced tea.
Ale is indeed a powerful thing. But as this cold
Let me
and
just-
refreshing...
Can I roll it first
Sure. Cool.
to see
Sure,
if it
Dewdrop.
hits? Maybe
We watch
it is a
him-
ranged attack.
We watch in awe as Dewdrop turns into Bacchus, the god of wine.
Yep.
Sure.
Dewdrop, I never knew.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This is 23
The
hit.
stream of ice cold ale slams into one of these creatures, and although ale is a powerful magic in this world, it you see the creature almost immediately begin reforming itself, replacing the parts of it that were burned, frozen off. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
what
cold
form of
damage.
Cold damage. Frozen off. You do not think alcohol is effective against this
I
thing?
mean, it's an eldritch blast.
Would you say that alcohol is not the
It's
answer?
cold damage.
The power of alcohol has limits, unfortunately. This is outside alcohol's ability to
It's
fix.
magic alcohol from my hands, dog.
It has its limits. It has its limits.
Crap! I lost
So
what I was gonna do.
No, Axel's already acted, I think. No,
Well, he hadn't really
Greg
done
attacked
anything.
it.
I kind of yelled about
Axel has it.
stuff. I don't think there's a whole lot else for him to do except for try to, I don't know, like unless he sees something that he thinks he can do to help support the team. He's just kind of like relaying what he thinks, which is that his weapons have no power here, Gandalf.
All right.
Aspen.
Aspen is going to rush forward in front of the creature, and again, speaking of Abyssal, it states, I command you to stop. Tell me what you are doing. Why do you wish to attack us?
Make an intimidation
Sick.
roll.
Oh, okay. Not as good as my natural 20, but still pretty good. 17.
As you begin to speak, you see the creature almost freeze before exploding into a cloud of wisp and shadow that begins to dissipate.
Happening. This place is odd. Reagan, what is it that is adverse to Abyssal? Are you familiar?
Reagan familiar.
Well, so the exact answer to his question is a lot of things don't like the abyss. But make me you can make a religion check to see if you can understand what's happening
You got it.
here, or I guess or intelligence.
Religion.
Or
He needs
Arcana,
the
too.
proficiency.
Yeah.
Religion. Okay, that's on normal. A 6.
You have no idea,
You don't know.
no clue.
I
What
don't
was
know,
the other
Frank.
check? Can I make a check?
You could. Are you proficient in Arcana?
I'm proficient Arcana if I can make that roll.
Okay.
Alright.
If you have a proficiency in Arcana, you can make the check. If you don't, I would say you could try to make a nature check at disadvantage.
Nature check at disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do
Oh,
that.
that's cocked. Oh, nice.
So that is 17 and 19. So 17,
Natural 2 king tonight.
18, 19, 20, 21.
18 for me.
18. Okay. You both arrive at this information through different means. Dewdrop, you are able to gather that there is although the energy around you is foreign, like nature, everything needs to be in balance. And you figure that that what's happening is probably the equivalent of nature attempting to force balance into the room around you. Once Pila started to interact with things, she was only interacting with the celestial and infernal energies. So the abyssal energies is attempting to stop that, to kind of bring everything back into a neutral state. Aspen, I will say you arrive at that same conclusion under your understanding of magic. You figure that they would not create a circle that could work they wouldn't create a circle that required 3 sources of energy if you could only use 2 of them to operate. And as you figure that the destruction of these abyssal creatures is in a way providing abyssal energy, but you don't know how long it would take for you to provide enough of it in this manner, and you don't know if you all would survive long enough to do it this way. So I would say Aspen is a relatively smart person. You would think that you either need to find a more concentrated source of this energy, or you would need to find a way to destroy these things in mass over and over again.
Okay. And they would then give out that information to the group. It says those are our only two options, it seems, unless we are somehow able to leave, which we can't because the door is closed behind us. So,
Well,
Well, I have no idea how to do that.
This is Reagan's turn once again.
You know, everyone's taken an action so far. So a new round will begin. Well, actually, Aspen, I need for you to make me a dexterity saving throw. As you see a creature that almost looks like a cross between a crocodile and just a large mouth opens up, and it lets out a scream.
Okay.
You can make it a Constitution save as well, either dexterity or Constitution.
I'll stick with dexterity, and that was great. That was a natural 19 on the roll, so that'd be 28.
Nice.
You are able to quickly push yourself into the air as this solid wave of sound fires out, aiming to crash into you. But you are able to get just out of the way, and you see this echo hit the wall behind you, and the wall shatters before almost rewinding itself, and all of the stone pieces slam back into the wall.
Crap. There's no way they could blast the wall large enough in order for us to be able to escape.
Oh, we solving this puzzle, dog. Whether you like it or not.
Back here. But yeah.
Okay, I'm so afraid of puzzles.
Yo, no, I ain't trying to anything. You all already know. Give me some combat. I'm perfectly fine. A puzzle? Like, oh, nope. Nope. Where's the exit button? Where's the exit button? Where's the, the movie theater where they have the turn left, down there? that is what I want.
I don't think Axel has even the skill sets on paper to even deal with this anyway.
All right.
I have I have a few points in nature. I know nothing about arcane or any of that crap. And I don't speak Abyssal.
Can Reagan turn and see what Peel is doing?
Sure. With your abilities, you can still see she is pulling the infernal and celestial energy. And you can see of the circles, the parts that have celestial and infernal are maneuvering themselves. It's almost as if you are watching a person solve a spherical Rubik's Cube, but is only able to interact with 2 of the 3 colors for this comparison. Not quite like
she's pulling magic away from it, and in turn it's moving.
Yes, she is pulling you from what you're seeing her pull kind of free floating energy together, and then it's going into the circles, and then the circles and the runes are moving themselves, but the abyssal ones are not moving, and the abyssal energy itself isn't being used.
Well, Reagan's going to attempt to do that the best he can.
How can we interact with the abyssal energy?
Reagan can.
All right.
He just ain't told nobody.
Roll me a d20. Just roll me a d20 and we'll see what we get.
Don't do this to me, dog.
Let's see what we get.
Oh, a natural 19.
19. Let's go.
You begin to reach out to the world around you, and the abyssal energy begins to react. And as you pull it forward, it begins to feel more like you have turned yourself into a void. And as energy begins to flow into you, you can feel it beginning to burn away at the parts of you that are natural. but you can feel the energy inside of you, that part of yourself that you have been attempting to suppress for so long, react. Do you attempt to hold it back?
Nope. Because he sees his friends are in
This
danger.
black energy begins to spread, and the rest of you feel this sense of antiquity, this ancientness fill the room around you. And Reagan, the abyss flows into you and then pours into your blade before slamming into the ground. And the circle filled with the abyssal symbols begin to move. I need you to make an arcana check to see how well you can control the energy.
Good luck, Reagan. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Reagan's got it. He can do it. Yes, he
Inspiration die.
For-
Okay. That was a 4 and a 9. So I tried. That's all I got. I don't got no more.
All right, this is the deal I offer you, Reagan. This
Okay.
energy is pouring into you, and you can see the creatures around you are ripped into a frenzy. And as these sigils move, instead of copying Pila, your lady, who was seemingly manipulating the energy with almost a precision that is almost an art in how difficult it seems to be. Instead, you are doing the equivalent of taking a bucket and just kind of throwing it over everything.
That's accurate. That's
So-
completely accurate for Reagan.
Medically
So,
accurate.
as this energy is poured out of the room around you, you all feel the abyssal sigils come alive. And it begins to burn. So, Reagan, this energy, you're going to take a point of damage. And
Okay.
you can attempt to hold everything together, and you can feel the longer you hold on to it, the more pain you are going to be in. Or you can let it run wild, and whatever happens, happens.
You're gonna try to hold it and take the point of damage.
All right. The rest of you can see this energy spreading, and as Pila is attempting to maneuver her section of this puzzle, Reagan is almost moving them just in mass speed. You can see the sigils are just flowing around in a circle chaotically. And it doesn't even so much look like Reagan is controlling it as it seems Reagan is desperately holding on to a runaway car.
Oh, he
What
looks
do you all
horrifying, by
wanna
the
do?
way. If you look at Reagan, he looks horrifying.
You all, as you all have never experienced this before, you see a skeletal face of a kind has appeared over Reagan's form. 3 empty eye sockets, one right on top of each other, have replaced the helmet, and skeletal appendages have flowed from behind him, almost like 6 spider legs. And they seem to each one has impaled itself on a section of this puzzle. And you aren't sure what this energy that Reagan is controlling or using that's coming from him, but it feels ancient. So what do the 3 of you want to do?
I'm gonna sit down and watch.
Very fair. Very fair.
And I'm gonna offer alcohol to everyone else. I don't drink it, but I will bring out my little Eldritch blast and give some cups to Axel and Aspen. I don't drink, but if you want, there's
Dewdrop's just like,
if
here,
it's,
open
if
your
it's
mouth.
the end of the world, at least you both can be happy about it.
You know what?
Very refreshing.
Aspen, yeah, he's this is outside his area of expertise, so he's just going to allow them to do what they need to do. So yeah, he's gonna fly right next to Dewdrop and just chill and take a beverage.
Terrible. I don't get no help action or nothing. I see how it is.
Well, we
I
don't know
mean,
what's
what are we
happening.
gonna do? I have no proficiency
We-
in Arcana.
we
I
have
Aspen
can't
is
speak
proficient
Abyssal.
in Arcana.
Oh, I am.
There
But
are
I
still a group of shadowy monster things that are actively trying to hurt Reagan. So you
Oh,
all
you said we
can't
couldn't do
help
any
him.
damage to them.
okay, that's
You
that I
can't,
was-
as you can see, when your weapons hit, they impact them, but they reform. So if you've ever
Right, I'm
seen
gonna
a movie,
Eldritch Blast them.
if you've ever seen a movie where the enemy is being hit but it is recovering, that is what you're saying. Like the the Terminator movies with the liquid metal robot person, how they couldn't
Terminator
hurt it,
2.
but they could slow it down by hitting it over and over again. You could do
Yeah,
that.
well then
Sarah
I'll
Connor.
Eldritch Blast it over and over again.
Sure. Dewdrop is putting on a display that would make college kids jealous by just firing off
I am pulling
alcohol.
out a kegger.
Yeah.
Alcohol flies in all directions. Dewdrop.
There you go.
Perfection.
All right. Yeah, in that case, okay. I do know that Abyssal technically will work,
Mhm.
but that would be going to keep doing it. I think it
My
kinda
crossbow
cares-
bolts didn't seem to have any effect at all. So Axel's kind of like, he's gonna sit back going, see, they don't do shit.
um, so Aspen is going to unleash his flames, but since they're either Inferno or Abyssal, it would be radiant damage versus fire damage. Just curious to see how that would take place. So he'll
Is your fire both at the same time, or do you have to pick one?
So it depends upon the creature. It actually depends on the creature. It's not both.
Okay.
It's just
Okay. Okay.
so if the creature type is either abyssal or inferno, it will be radiant. Any other creature type is fire.
All right. You fly
Technically,
into
I could
the
change it, but I don't want to do.
as you move into the air. You begin to bathe the area in fire, and you see so far out of every attack you all have used, this one seems to be the most effective. But even you see the creatures begin to reform, but it is considerably slower. Reagan, as you attempt to contain this energy, it begins to feel both like you're being burned and frozen on the inside. You
Sounds
take
familiar.
10 points. You take 10 points of damage this time.
Yep.
And as the Espila begins to finish up the second circle, I'm going to need for Reagan to make a Constitution saving throw.
Second
Is this
circle
like
of what?
concentration or straight up constitution?
Second circle
This
of
is-
hell?
This is a endurance check for Reagan. Effectively, Reagan needs to hold on until Pila finishes, and this is up to whether or not he can do so.
22. Let's go.
Wait.
This is going to be a best of 3 check, by the way.
Oh. Dang.
So you just have to succeed 2 times.
Can I do enhance ability for him?
Sure.
Yeah.
The spell you got, you can go for it.
I will give you an enhanced ability where you can get Bear's Endurance.
So my
Hey,
next one has advantage.
And you get
That's
temporary
right.
HP, I think, right? Is it temporary HP with it too?
Yeah, you get 2d6 temporary hit points.
Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Make me one more roll, Reagan.
All right. Advantage.
Yep.
Yippee. Okay. 23. That
Ooh,
saves
Ooh,
me.
God.
Yeah.
That saves
All
me.
right.
Go ahead and roll that 2d6 too.
So you
Okay,
get
I'll
extra
roll your two
temporary
hit
hit
points.
points.
And then make one more
Alright,
roll
6
to see.
attempts.
One more roll. The third roll.
All right. 23.
All right. So, as you all are doing your best to hold back the line on these phantasmal shadow creatures, you see them slowly making progress.
Oh, I didn't even roll my d4s. I blessed myself. I forgot. I'm good though. I'm good. I still pass.
As just before you all are forced onto that final circle where Pila is standing, Pila finishes the final set of celestial and infernal runes, and the floor begins to glow. You see gold, dark red, and dark blue energy shoot into the air, and a rip in reality is formed. And it's almost as if hands begin to pull it apart. As you all remember from the unstable one you encountered earlier, this one seems to be more real. There is a clear divide between this side and the other one, and you are forced to make a decision. Do you all stay behind in hopes that things will change, or do you go through the portal and see whatever's on the other side?
Are the Shadow Boys still moving in mass?
Yes.
Oh, you are such a hater, dog.
Wait, say that one more time? I'm confused.
Which part?
Axel sees the portal open and looks at the shadows and looks at Reagan and looks at the shadows and makes a mad dash toward Reagan to try and, like, feebly grab him and drag him through the portal. Even though he knows he doesn't have the strength.
I'm gonna go into the portal because this isn't my first time going into any portals.
Which part did you need repeated, Aspen?
So you said that the part regarding the choice to make, that there's a portal that's what?
You can go through the portal or take your chances that once it closes, the energy will calm down and that the shadow creatures will go away.
Let's go on an adventure.
Going on an adventure.
There's still no guarantee we get out of the room, even if things did calm down.
Axel just knows it's bad here. Might as well try something different. And he definitely doesn't have the strength to drag Reagan. So we'll probably just wind up being like, come on, let's go. Get up.
Reagan will be the last one to go through, or one of the last ones, because he's got to keep it open so everybody can go through.
That is
Pila,
correct.
Layla, and Dio make their way through.
They make their way through the portal?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll be leaving the kingdom all by itself.
I think it'll be fine. We have our magic cook.
But see,
We're
we
very
ain't on water
responsible
right now,
cook.
so I can't cook nothing. So I guess we've been sieged. Them grits was banging though. I told y'all I can cook. I just need to be on the water.
All right, well. Yeah, if everybody else is going, then I mean, it wouldn't make sense for them to stay behind. So I guess we go. Yeah, go to the portal.
Right. As everyone steps through the portal, the magic ends and the portal begins to seal itself behind you. And you look around to find yourself standing on a platform in a space that seems to be completely blank. It looks to be a kind of white, foggy sky. And along the ground in front of you, you find these golden and vermilion platforms that they form a footpath that is precariously over this, what looks to be like an endless drop-off. And for all of you, with passive perception over 20, you make out in kind of the distance the roiling body of this serpentine draconic creature. And that is where we are going to end our adventure this evening. Ooh, that was a lot.
Dun, dun,
But
dun.
I told you all wouldn't need to roll 20 today. Oh, at least nothing happened. I guess they did it twice.
You're
But
right, we
that
did
is
not
really
need
more
to
of a
roll 20.
personal decision. See, I was honest.
Because it's
I was on-
recorded. You literally
well,
said that you did a D roll. You didn't say we would a D roll 20 before. You can literally scroll back.
I said
Okay.
we wouldn't need it. I said you wouldn't need it.
25 minutes, so you can see
I
that.
said you wouldn't need battle maps to be exact. I said you wouldn't
You
need a
did not
map. I
say
never
anything
said.
about battle
I did.
maps.
I did. You can check
I
it.
love
I
we
did.
got vibes.
I
I
never
love we got
said you
vibes.
wouldn't
we
need
got
to
vibes.
roll
You
dice
got
today.
receipts.
I did not say that. But I believe that will be where we will end our adventure. So real quickly, please join us tomorrow for the Price of Power as our vampires attempt to continue not being killed by something. They are not doing the greatest job of that, but they are trying their best, and that is all that matters. But then join us next week as this story continues as our party discovers just where they have been transported to. And now to let these wonderful people tell you where you can find them on the internet. We will start with Ursaringer.
What's up, y'all? I'm gonna keep mine short and sweet because I got folks around me. But Ringer, y'all know where to find me. YouTube, Twitches, Cookout TTRPGs till I'm kicked out, the Gremlin Collective till I'm kicked out, and back here tomorrow for the Price of Power until Ree kicks me out, which my clock is ticking. But enough about me. Next caller.
All right, Kira, it's your turn.
Hi, so I'm Kira858. You can be able to find all of our content on twitch.tv/Kira858, as well as our YouTube channel, the Cookout TTRPGs, where we have a wide variety of TTRPG goodness. Of course, we have been a bit of a hiatus. Well, new projects will be coming up in the near future in terms of TTRPG content, but we have tons of TTRPG related goodness on our YouTube channel, such as our Marvel campaign, and many other ones. But the big aspects that will be coming up in the near future is going to be 2 brand new comic books that will be coming out from our brand new company, Snowstorm Comics. So keep an eye out with that. That should hopefully be coming out within the next few months. And then once when it does come out, we'll be announcing that on our Twitter. So just keep an eye out for the new projects coming forward. That's me.
All right, next up, Sir Monolith.
I'm at Sir Monolith on Twitter, and you can find me tomorrow night at Price of Power right here, again. Probably rolling, definitely not a lot better. we have relegated ourselves. I said that, hey, if Ursa's tying themselves to the roll 20, I can't leave them hanging. Gotta help them out. So
Join the Natural One Kings.
that's right.
Your loyalty is appreciated. And last but not least, Glyza.
Ayo, I'm Glyza. I go by they, them. I'm a person of many hats, a podcast host, a writer, variety streamer, talk show host. I'm the director of philanthropy over at TTRPG. That's TEATRPG, as well as a partner on the Gremlin Collective. Today I played Dewdrop, the Genasi from Minnesota, also known as Dewdrop the Explorer, and also known as Dewdrop the Diamond Dust Magician. That is what I will be referring to myself as. To see all the stuff I'm in, or wherever you need to find me, just check out bio.link/classical Glyza, or just look for @classical Glyza everywhere on the socials. That's Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, but mostly on Twitter because I do make all of my announcements there. I only want to share about like 2 things. One, Game Woven is a podcast that I love and I adore. The first 2 episodes has me in it as a guest, and I will be guesting again at some point. So check out that podcast. It's great. It's basically imagine a world built by playing multiple world building games. So it's fun to check out. Another thing that I'm working on is I do book clubs on Wednesday on my own channel, twitch.tv/classical Glyza. I am reading Animorphs, and I sometimes will have guests. Next Wednesday, I will have a good friend of mine, Daniel, to guest and read Animorphs with me. I'm reading the 2nd book. So join me as we re-traumatize ourselves with this horrible, wonderful series of books that has 54 books plus the 10 bonus books, which is 64. So 64 total. So that's Book Club Wednesdays on my channel. And that's it for me. Thanks.
When were there so many animorphs?
Right? I thought there was like
Anyway,
7 of them.
They're basically like Goosebumps. You
Did
know,
you
that's
read
about
that
the
one with the
size of
horse
them.
already?
Holy
Mhm.
54?
Well-
Okay.
Well, we've all learned something new today,
Yep.
everyone. It doesn't look like there's anybody for us to raid online tonight, so we'll just go ahead and end here. So please join us next time to help us tell this wonderful story.
Chicken wings for
Bye.
tomorrow. I'm gonna eat them.